My house no be play, play. I'm working for the pay, make it stay. Money no be low, too. And if you want to blow, make it go slow. Money in your pocket.
She be mine, mine on love. Sweetie on love, say she be mine, mine on love. Say sweetie on love, say she be mine, mine on love. Sweetie on love, say she be mine, mine on love.
Hey guys, it's Angwi and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I feel like I have a video that you guys are going to be really excited about. Today I'm filming my first get ready with me. This is a full get ready with me hair. Like then I do my makeup and then I show you guys my outfit. I feel like my makeup is like really basic and doesn't really look like my face is beat. It just looks like, I don't know, like more so natural makeup. I never really thought anybody would want to see it, but you guys want to see it. So for this get ready with me, I'm working with NAIJ Hair. They are the company that provided this wig for me. They are a black owned brand. I'm going to be leaving all their social media and hair links and website links down below in the description box, but I want to tell you guys a little bit about the brand. They have virgin hair available for you guys to purchase, and you can also purchase HD lace. The product has no chemical processing and the units come in lengths 18 through 30 inches, and they have different kind of hair textures that you guys can look for and shop through. I'm sure you guys are wondering about the unit that I have in right now. This is the virgin curly hair and I'm wearing the length 28 inches. So this is where it stops on me. Stretched, it would be all the way down to my butt. This is what it is looking like. Gorgeous, if I do say so myself. I was sent a 13x6 frontal and HD lace. My wig didn't come plucked. I did a little bit of plucking, but not that much. I feel like maybe I'll do some plucking, but I did bleach my knots, and I feel like when you do bleach your knots, the hair more so shreds from your frontal anyway, so I might just leave it alone. I had such an easy time with this hair. When I say fresh out of the box, the hair was so freaking soft. Look at these freaking curls. The hair is speaking for itself right now. Like, this hair is so gorgeous. This is the best curly hair that I've ever had. I will say this hair is very thick, but it's also lightweight at the same time. Like, it doesn't feel like I have it on my head. It's so realistic. Like, it feels like this could be like my hair. I didn't even do a lot to this wig and it looks freaking amazing. And I'm gonna be showing you guys the entire process. I know you guys are ready to see the tutorial part, so I'm gonna stop talking. Thank you so much to NAIJ Hair for partnering with me on this video, and let's get right on into it. So I received all of my items in this box. I got a chocolate brown bonnet and I also received 2 wig caps. I'm going to be using the darker brown color. I got a pair of lashes as well. And then in my box, of course, comes my hair. So I'm just showing you guys what it looks like before I do anything to it. There are 3 combs in the wig and then also an elastic band as well. And the lace looks really, really nice. I'm just showing you guys what it looks like against my skin tone. And the hair was super, super soft when I got it. So easy to run my fingers through. I knew I wasn't going to have any issues with this hair at all. And I really, really loved the curl pattern. So I did go ahead and bleach the knots of this wig. I will be using tint spray to tint my lace, and I got this from my local beauty supply. And to install this wig, I first started off trying to do like the YouTuber method where you cut the 3 slits in the lace and then try and glue it down. That way it's supposed to make it easier, but for some reason I had a hard time doing it this way and the lace just kept lifting, so I'm like, let me just go ahead and do this the normal way and start trying to do shakara for YouTube. So I'm going to be showing you guys how I quickly install it and finesse my wigs. So I went ahead and cut off all the lace and just flipped it back, and now I'm applying Got To Be on the front of my hairline. A little bit is getting on my hair, but I don't mind because Got To Be comes off easily with water. And then I just take my blow dryer and blow that for a little bit and then try and place the wig down. To lay my wig, I am also using the olive oil spray. I actually do like this spray a lot better than Got To Be. It actually holds quicker and easier without having to spend a lot of time with it, and it doesn't really leave a white cast. So if you guys haven't tried this out yet, I definitely recommend it. So basically I just keep spraying and gluing and using my blow dryer until I feel like it is down tight enough. And I feel like I have to cut all my lace off before applying my wig because I have a very weird hairline. My edges come super far out from my head, so I feel like doing it this way makes it easier on me and I can see what I'm doing along the way. So like I said, I just keep doing this until the lace is fully down. So I usually do tie a scarf around my hairline at this point to melt the wig, but I just decided to pluck the hair a little bit more because I didn't want it to look too fake and I wanted this to look as natural as possible. And after this, I just clean around my hairline with some alcohol, and then I'll be parting some baby hairs. So to do my baby hairs, I usually look at some IG inspo because I want them to look really nice, and I went off of Charlene Monet's look. I really liked the way this looked with her curly hair, and I just cut my baby hairs down with an eyebrow razor. And what I'm using to swoop my baby hairs is the olive oil line of mousse. I actually do like the ORS products. I'm not so sure about their grip gel yet because it didn't really work for me this time, but I will try and use it again in the future. I feel like baby hairs, you just have to keep working at them until they look how you want them to, so that's exactly what I'm doing, just applying the mousse and trying to work with them as best as possible while referring back to my IG inspo when I need help. Once I'm done with my baby hair, I'm going to be taking my elastic band and tying it around my edges and my lace in order to get a nice melt, and then I'm just going to begin the process of styling the hair, which is just using my hot comb to straighten it up a little bit, and then I'm going to be taking some water and just wetting the hair. Let me even just say saturating the hair, because you have to wet the hair a lot in order to be able to get the look that you want. And it's combing through really easily. As you guys can see, the curl pattern is super easy to work with, and my brush just passes right on through, which I absolutely love. This hair is giving me very much vacation vibes, and I love that about this hair. I'm basically done with the install process, but I'm just playing around with the hair to see how I want to style it. I wanted to do a no part look because I want to be able to flip it to a side part and do a middle part. The spray bottle I'm using will be linked down below, but I feel like I did a really decent job on this install considering I never install my own frontal wigs. But now that I'm done with my hair, I'll be showing you guys how I do my makeup. So starting off on clean and moisturized skin, I like to apply my primer, and I'm using the Fenty Beauty Hydrating Primer, and I just put this all over my face, and I absolutely love the way this smells and feels. And then I'm also going to be taking my Becca primer, and this is a matte primer, and I just use this in my T-zone and the places that get really oily like my chin. For foundation, I use the Lancome Tint Idole foundation in the shade 520 Suede. This is actually a really expensive foundation, but I really like the wear and coverage it gives me, and it applies really smoothly. I like to dampen my makeup brush with some MAC Fix Plus or any setting spray, just because I find that my foundation goes on more smoothly when my brush is damp. I like using a flat top brush to apply my foundation versus a beauty blender because I feel like it gives me better coverage, and it also allows me to have a seamless base. Having a blended foundation base is really important to my makeup routine because I feel like if my foundation doesn't look blended enough, then the rest of my makeup won't look right. Next, I apply concealer, and this is the Too Faced Born This Way concealer. I purchased this about a month ago after watching a ton of makeup YouTube videos, but before this I was using the Pro Concealer in the shades Fawn and Toffee. I like my concealer to set into my skin, so I'm going to move on to doing my eyebrows. I take my iconic London eyebrow wax and I just brush up my hairs. Doing my eyebrows before and after foundation both work for me, so it just depends on the mood that I'm in. But after brushing up my brow hairs, I just go ahead and take my NYX pencil in the shade Black Brown, and I like using a dark pencil for my eyebrows over a pomade because it's just quicker and easier. And then next I'll be taking my Fenty Beauty concealer and just dabbing that on my brush and outlining the underneath of my brows. I'm trying to create a curved arch. I don't really like my arch to look pointy, so I try and avoid that. I go ahead and blend that concealer out with my brush as much as possible because it allows for your beauty blender to not have to do as much work, and it's easier to blend your concealer under your eyebrows when it's fresh. And then I'm just taking my beauty blender and blending out my under eye concealer. I like to blend out my under eye concealer really well because I don't want any harsh lines, and it kind of is a little bit bright, so I don't want to look crazy by not having it blended out. I feel like the key to a great makeup application is blending out your products really well because it just allows for a seamless base for more of the products that you're going to put onto your skin to lay on top of. And I blend out my under eye concealer and blend in my eyebrow concealer at the same time with my beauty blender. I also apply some of my Born This Way concealer to my nose to create a little bit of a contour, and I blend that out with my beauty blender as well. And then after this, now we're going to move on to setting our face with setting powder. I use the Laura Mercier shade in Honey, but I also have their deep shade, and I interchange these depending on how I feel like. So I just go ahead and place this softly under my eye, and I don't bake. I press it into my skin. For me, pressing my powder into my skin versus baking helps to avoid flashback. I really haven't seen a lot of flashback in my makeup for a while, and I think that this is why. Once I'm done with my under eye, I place some of this powder on my nose, and then I dust it off because again, we don't want that flashback. And then I'm going to move on to eyeshadow, and I always just use two browns in the Morphe 350 palette, and I just go ahead and apply this to the outer corner of my eye. This is literally all I do for eyeshadow on a regular basis. I always just go for a dark brown shade and something very, very natural. I'm not good at doing eyeshadow at all, so this is all I do. Once I'm done with that, I'll go ahead and apply some mascara because I'm prepping for applying my falsies to my lid. And another step I like to do is apply some liner to my eyes. So I'm taking my Stila liner, and I like the felt tip. It's easier to apply your liner with this kind of tip versus a regular liquid liner that kind of gets everywhere. And then I'm applying some false eyelashes that I actually bought from Amazon. They were super easy to apply, and I love the look that these give me. I love lashes that give me a winged kind of cat eye look. Like the last steps of my makeup after I've done all this, and my lashes actually is like really easy, so I'm gonna like talk to you guys right now instead of doing like the voiceover part. I take my Black Radiance True Complexion palette. I'm gonna be using this for contour. I do the fishy face, and I tap off the excess. I should be using like a smaller, more chiseled brush, but after that, I'm going to be taking like one of my favorite makeup products. This is the Fenty Beauty Mocha Mommy. Sometimes I interchange this and use this as my contour shade. Both really work for me, but I'm gonna take it and put it like slightly higher than the contour. This like has more warmth in it than like a regular contour does. And I feel like this is the part that really makes your makeup the contour, and it just makes my face look more like chiseled. After that, we take our blush, Revlon blush in the shade Very Berry. This is the kind of blush shade that I like to use compared to my skin tone. The ones that look berry pink instead of like light pink. I like this shade and the shade from Black Radiance. They have a beautiful berry shade as well. They both like do the same thing for me. I just couldn't find Black Radiance at Walmart when I went. Looks like kind of a lot because it is right there. Don't worry, I just take my the brush that I use for all over my face. This is what I use for wiping powder off, and just blend that. Makeup looks really good in the mirror, but I don't even know if it's translating on camera because like makeup looks different in different lighting. I need to find a setup that I have like a ring light and stuff, so I apologize that this is in my bathroom. Sometimes I do this step before the blush and stuff, like depends on when I remember. I'm taking my Laura Mercier powder that I use for setting my face in Translucent Honey. Yeah, that just helps to sharpen the contour and sharpen my face. So you can choose to let that like set into your face, but I don't really like to bake because I don't want like it to like stay there. So I take my soft focus powder from Black Radiance. I use this for right here, and I did at one point used to like use this all over my face, but I just use it to blend this area out into my contour. Yeah, on my chin. And this is the powder that I use like for touch-ups in case I like get oily anywhere. Sometimes I do put my translucent powder on my forehead. This time I didn't. It just depends on like if I remember, and I kind of put it on my eyebrows too. I'm so glad that my makeup didn't look terrible today because I felt like all the time like I was so scared to show you guys how I do my makeup because it wouldn't look right on camera. This is my Morphe setting spray. It's almost gone. I believe this is like $15. I bought it at Ulta. This is a continuous setting mist, so I really like this. It's super easy. Spray this all over. People use a lot of setting spray. I use just like a normal amount. This is their Prep Set Glow This is what it looks like. It's the kind of setting spray that has the shimmery stuff in it. So you shake it really well, and I just found that this kind of does give me a nice glow after my makeup. A napkin to get all the like initial sparkles out of it, especially if it's been like sitting upright. And then I'm just gonna take it and spray it far away from my face, guys, far away. Ooh. Iconic London luminous powder. So this is a highlighter. This is what it looks like because mine is all messed up. Well, when I tell you guys, this thing is amazing. I just put it on my cheeks a little bit, shake off the excess, and then I don't know if people still do this, but I do put a little bit of highlighter on my nose, just a tad. I just went looking for my Anastasia dip brow, but I can't find it. I used that at the end. Like, there still might be some excess left on here, but I'll take my angled liner brush and I'll just like fill in the sparse areas of my brows with the dip brow, and just kind of make sure that the shape looks good if I didn't do a good job with the concealer. Now it's time to do our lips. So I use the same brand of liner as at my brows. It's a NYX pencil in dark brown, and I actually really like this shade. NYX Butter Gloss that I was telling you guys about in the shade Madeline. This thing is amazing. Just for a more pink effect, I'm gonna take Creamsicle from Milan & Co. I will link this down below because she actually is a makeup artist that lives in my city. So I'm gonna put this in between my lips as well. I'm gonna go ahead and put on the clear gloss that I put on earlier, and then just a little bit of this. That is it for my makeup. This is what I do on a daily basis when I put on my makeup. Nothing too crazy, but I'm gonna go put on my outfit and wash my hands and come back and like fix my hair a little bit and then show y'all the completed outfit. All right, so I just put on my outfit and I was thinking of wetting it a little. Well, I am gonna wet it a little more, but I actually like the big look. I still need to figure out how to make my curls stay in the wet look. People say water and conditioner, but I don't know if that really holds it. I'm gonna just basically clean up, like, we see the white edges, because like I said, I installed this yesterday and then today is when I did my makeup. I kind of messed it up while I slept, but y'all, this hair is so soft, like I told you guys in the beginning of this video, and that just takes away the white residue. And then you can put powder in it if you want. I think that I might plug this wig a little more later, but for now it works. I had flipped my hair over to the side, but now that I have my outfit on, I felt like a middle part would do this look justice, so I just did that. And then I re-wet the hair, and then I decided to put some conditioner in it in the hopes that the curls would stay more. And then I used a powder brush this time to brush out the curls, just to kind of jazz it up after I had took all that time doing my makeup. I wanted the look to look fresh for pictures. And then I ran through the front part with a hot comb again, so basically just touching up everything. This look actually turned out better than I expected, and I actually feel really good about this wig. And I think that the conditioner is doing a good job. I don't think I will mind if it gets a little bigger because it did look good before too. So I'm kind of like fluffing it. Y'all, like, I hated middle parts, but this is a freaking vibe. I think I now know that I gotta do the swoop thing if I want my middle part to look good. I'm gonna start trying to put on my own hair, guys. Like, I always struggle, so I always was picking out closures and stuff. But imagine I put this whole frontal in my head. Girl, but let's get right on into the outfit.
If I take your life, trying to show you I got real plans for you. Yeah. This girl feel about you. In the club, she's amazing. She won't jump on a jet ski. She's feeling kind.